I'll show you a group of objects and you tell me which one doesn't belong, okay? Hammer, saw, log, hatchet.
They're all alike. The saw will saw the log, and the hatchet will chop it into small pieces. If one of these things has to go, I'd throw out the hatchet. It doesn't do as good a job as
I
the
think
saw.
they're all alike too. You can saw the log with the saw, chop it with the hatchet, and if it doesn't split, you can beat on the hatchet with the hammer.
Wait, it's the hammer that doesn't fit. You can always work with a saw, but a hammer doesn't always do the job. There's only a little you can do with it.
You can throw out the hammer because when you saw a log, you have to drive a wedge in it.
But one guy threw out the log. He said the hammer, saw, and hatchet were all alike in some way, but that the log was different.
If he wants to make planks, he won't need the log.
Look, if we're getting firewood for the stove, we could get rid of the hammer. But if it's planks we're fixing, we can do without the hatchet.
But if you had to put these in some kind of order, could you take the log out of the group?
No! If you get rid of the log, what good would the others do you?
But these three things are tools, right?
Yeah, they're tools.
And what about the log?
Well, it belongs there too.
You can make all sorts of things out of it. Handles, doors.
Even the handles of tools are made out of wood.
Look, we say it's a tool because everything's made out of wood, so it belongs with the others.
Supposing I put a dog in there instead of a log.
Well, then the dog wouldn't fit. It goes with a gun.
If it was a mad dog, you could beat it with the hatchet and the hammer and it would die.
Still, aren't these three things alike in some way?
No, what's missing here is a man, a worker. Without him, there's nothing alike about these things at all.
You've got to have the wood there. There's nothing alike about these things unless the log is there. If you keep the log, they're all needed. But if you don't, what good are they?
But you can use one word, tools, for these, isn't that right?
Yeah, of
okay.
course.
Okay.
And you can't use the word for a log.
No.
That means that these three have some likeness.
Yes.
And if I asked you to pick three things you could call by one word, which would you pick?
I don't get it.
All
If we don't
four
pick
of
the
them.
log, we won't need the other three.
But one fellow told me that a log isn't a tool. After all, it can't chop, it can't saw.
No, whoever told you that must be crazy. To make a tool, you need a log. Part of the log goes into making the handle of a saw. So the power of a log also goes into cutting. The log can't cut by itself, but together with the hatchet it can.
But I wouldn't call a piece of wood a tool, would I?
Yes, you could. Handles are made out of it.
That's a road, and that's an Eric.
Window frame.
Watches,
They're all separate. They aren't alike.
they are all alike, like mountains,
No, they are not alike.
stars.
They are also alike, only different.
No, that's a window frame, and that's a ruler.
These are all to Mars.
There's a glass, and there's a glass with a wide bottom.
This moon should go by itself.
This thread should go by itself.
That's a glass and that's a drinking bowl. They can't be put together.
No, that's a coin, and that's a moon.
No, they're not alike. This one's not like a watch, but that one's a watch because there are dots.
See for yourself. They are alike because they have dots.
These are alike. The sides are made equal.
These are both unfinished. They were put together so that they would be finished.
They are not alike, but the color is similar.
These are small tumars made of straw.
These are alike. This is a bird cage, and that's a feeding trough in a cage.
This is a small bucket for sour milk, and that's a pan for cream.
Those are to Mars.
This is a window, and that's a frame over a doorway. But they are different.
No, this is like a ruler, and that's like a window.
These can be put together. Every window has its own frame. One is like a frame from one window, and the other from another.